friends, very warm welcome to you back to another vlog on your marriage surviving quarantine. And so many people are going through so much, and so many couples and stuff. I thought it would be good to talk a little bit about love this afternoon and actually encourage you in terms of how we love one another. You know, Gary Chapman has a great book called The 5 Love Languages. If you haven't read it, I would encourage you to read it. And he speaks of 5 love languages that we all have. He speaks of words of affirmation, quality time, receiving of gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. And how this thing works is we love with our love language. So your spouse may be turning around and going, you know, I'm not feeling loved. And you're going, but I love you so much. But the problem is that we love with our love language. So let me give you an illustration of that. You know, my wife and I, we've been together for many, many years. We met in 1988. And she's still reasonably fond of me, my Mandy. So I think we're doing okay. But her love language is gift giving. My love language is acts of service. So let me explain it this way. You know, I can serve Mandy and make her meals and do all sorts of things, but she does not experience, she does not feel loved because I'm loving her with my love language. But because her love language is gift giving, if I'm in Pick n Pay or wherever I am, if I just buy, it doesn't have to be an expensive thing. All it is something simple and small. If I know she loves hearts, so I buy her a little heart, a little key ring or a little chocolate, and I give it to her. She experiences feeling loved because she knows I was thinking about her when I was in the shops or whatever the case may be. Conversely, my love language is acts of service. So if she makes me a meal or makes me a cup of coffee or something like that, I experience feeling loved. You know, if she buys me gifts, probably the first thing that goes through my mind is like, how much did it cost and can we afford it, you know? And it shouldn't be, but can you see how these things work? So I'd really encourage you to explore this thing of how we love one another. And Gary Chapman has a great online survey. You can just Google it, 5 love languages survey. You answer a whole lot of questions and it gives you your love language. But please understand, these are just models. They're just helpful tools. This is not to put anyone in a box, okay? But it does help in terms of how we love one another. But on this, I would also like to say that love has become a grossly misunderstood term or concept in this world we live in. You know, so I can say I love my dog, I love chocolate, I love peanut butter, I love swimming, I love the beach, and I love you in exactly the same sentence. The reality is that love is something very different. The love we are talking about here is agape love, unconditional love. It is an unconditional commitment to an imperfect person. That is how we are called to love. So no matter what's going on, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what's happening in your relationship, there's this underlying sense that I'm committed to you, I'm going to work this thing out, and I love you. I might not like you very much at the moment because there's a whole lot of stuff going on, but I do love you. So I would really encourage you to learn to love completely. You know, there's love is such a misunderstood thing, as I say, and don't love through the world's eyes, love through God's eyes, through that unconditional commitment, because none of us are perfect. You know, your spouse is not perfect, you're not perfect, none of us are. So we need to cut each other a little bit of slack. So learn to truly love one another. But explore this thing of love languages, because you may truly love one another, but your spouse may not be feeling truly loved because you are expressing your love language in a different way. I have, as an example, and now I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, but I had a card in my wallet that got 10% off at the local flower market. So every time I opened my wallet, it reminded me to buy flowers for Mans. Now, I don't get it. Why buy flowers? It's something that's just going to die, you know. So sit in the house, stink up the house, and then I've got to throw it away. I mean, rather buy something practical, you know, nice chocolate that you can eat, a steak, a bottle of wine, I don't know, flowers, really. But I need that reminder to remind me to love my wife the way she needs to be loved. So why don't you find something like it in your relationship, do the online survey, and work this thing out together. God bless. Have a wonderful day.